Hello! It's time for lesson 4. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing well. I'm pumped on coffee. Yeah. Sitting up making drumming videos for you. Lesson 4 is all about we're going to subdivide notes, and we're going to look at some some rudiment patterns that you can use to practice your rudiments. Rudiments, just a pattern of notes, a building block, if you like, of drumming. And you'll learn your rudiments, and you learn them well because they're what get your hands to do all those funky little things that they need to do everything. So always spend time on rudiments. Enough said. Let's do the lesson. Okay. Right. In A, let's do 2 bars at a time. So the first 2 bars is just the right hand. So I'm playing in 4/4. I'm going to do 4 beats of 8th notes, 4 beats of quavers, and then I'm going to do 4 beats of semi-quavers, 16th notes. All on one hand, and we're going to start at 60 beats per minute. And it looks like this. And 1, 2, 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1 E, and a 2 E, and a 3 E, and a 4 E, and a... Okay, so we're just dividing the note. We exactly doubling the number of notes we're playing in that bar. Do it just on one hand. Just do those first 2 bars. Just do it over and over again, just to get the one hand going. Okay, so let's do it again. I'll do 4 patterns of those 2 bars. Play along with me. Right. 1, 2. There's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. I don't know if I played that 3 or 4 times. It's too late. So let's go back to rebound versus non-rebound. That second bar plays really great on the rebound, but practice it with a downstroke as well. So once again, if you watch my previous video, we see there's value to be gained from using the downstroke where you don't necessarily need it, just for the exercise, for the working of the wrist. So do it in both styles. Closed would be like so, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a... So you can see I'm exercising the wrist there. When you get to the open style, 1 E and a 2 E and a... It's mainly a finger action. Okay, so master it both ways at this tempo, 60 beats per minute. Let's do the left hand. I'll do 4. I'll try and do 4. Left hand, 2 bars, 8th notes, and then 16 notes. And 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a stop. Alright, so that was rebound on the left hand. Go back and practice it with a bit of a closed hand as well. Right, good practice. On the subject of that rebound again, how high should you bounce your sticks? I recommend you bounce it as high as it can go without you being out of time. So it's bouncing fairly high at that tempo. Okay. You can bounce it lower, still using rebound. But try and enjoy as much rebound as you can, and always good to get the most out of it as possible and get the best workout you can when you're doing exercises like this. Okay, that's A. In B, what I'm going to do is take single strokes on the 8th note, 2 bars, and then we're going to subdivide each of those singles into 2 into a mama dada exercise. I'm going to play the first 2 bars as downstrokes, and I'm going to break into rebound tap for each of the doubles in the bars 3 and 4. So here's 4 bars, and 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Second bar, I'll be able to go to mama dada. Hey, I was a bit ahead of the metronome there. Okay, that's the idea. The reason I've done it like this is because the way your hands feel when they're doing those downstrokes. Okay, you're developing a shape, a hand shape, and that shape doesn't change when you do your mama dada. That's very, very important. You don't want to change it. Remember, we're trying to play bright and smart with a good sound projection, a nice, confident style. You can always bring it down when you start to learn to play more dynamically. At this stage, keep those sticks bouncing nice and high. Okay, so that's the single strokes to the mama dada, and one line below that, exactly the same thing, starting on the left hand. Okay, so here's that one, and 1, 2, that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Second bar, 3 and rebound, 3 and 4, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... I must put my volume up here. Can't hear the metronome. Okay, so that's figure B. Just getting those double strokes going. In C, I'm going to go do the same rhythm pattern, but I'm going to go from doubles to paradiddles. Okay, so just quickly, it sounds like this. So this is one line, 4 bars, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. The second bar, then paradiddles. Okay, one line below that is the same thing on the left hand. I need to mention something about these paradiddles. Firstly, the exercise. When we're doing the first 2 bars of doubles, we're on quavers. Now, again, do we use rebound? Do we not use rebound? Use whichever one you want to at this stage. Or practice both. You can do it at that tempo easily both ways. Down strokes, rebound strokes. Practice both. It's good for you. In the paradiddles, the good thing about paradiddles is that you can't rely on just one thing to get you to the rudiment. In doubles, mama dada, you're just doing rebound tap the whole time. In single strokes, you will be doing down strokes or rebound strokes depending on the tempo. So slow single strokes will be down strokes, and quick single strokes will be rebounded. In paradiddles, somebody's just woken up there. In paradiddles, you learn how to use a bit of both without thinking too much about it. I'm not going to sit and plan out my paradiddle too much. If I really think about it, what I'm doing is I'm going down, down, tap, rebound, tap. Okay, paradiddle. If we try to play the paradiddle solely on the rebound, unless we're playing very, very fast, we also wind up in trouble. Because during the double stroke, this hand's going to be left in midair. Doesn't really work. So we use a combination of downstrokes and rebound strokes in the paradiddle. So don't think about it too much. Just play it. Just keep your hands nice and relaxed. Listen to yourself. Try and keep the notes all sounding crisp and clean, evenly spaced. Watch your sticks to try and balance the heights. So naturally your leading note in the paradiddle will be a slightly higher lift. So we can balance those, and then a diddle, we can try and balance those as well. So watch your sticks and just try and balance the heights, and you'll hear when the heights are the same, most likely the sound will be the same too. So use the visual feedback and the auditory, the ear feedback, to tell you you're on the right track, and get into that habit. Always be very critical of your own drumming. It's just part of that disciplined approach to practicing, and it pays off in the long run, big time. So let's do the second one in C. So we're going to do left hands, doubles, 8th notes, paradiddles, 16th notes. So the second line of C. And we mustn't forget this guy. Okay. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 a diddle, 2 a diddle, 3 a diddle, 4 a diddle, 1 a diddle, 2 a diddle, 3 a diddle, 4 a diddle. Okay, and don't just do it once. Just keep on repeating it, and get yourself nice and comfortable with that that exercise. All right, then moving on down to D. We're going to keep it on one hand. Let's just do, in the first line, it's only we're doing the right hand multiple tap on the 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then every other bar, we're putting in the in-between notes, which fall on the semi-quavers, or the 16th notes. So we're developing it into a single run, or a single stroke roll. All right, so here's one line of D, and 1 and 2, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and you just keep on going. Once again, this tempo is good for downstrokes. Let's go quicker. So this was 60. I'm going to bump it up to 80. So this is 80 beats per minute. D, right hand. Okay, 1 and 2 and. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E. Just keep going. Just keep looping that. So now I can start to feel the rebound helping me at that speed. Let me play you the left hand one now at the same tempo. Once again, 80. After 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and 3 and 4 and 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a stop. Okay. So very important that you realize what's happening here. The transition from bar 1 to bar 2, in the first instance with your right hand, there's no difference in what your right hand's doing between the first and second bar. The 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 just keeps on going right the way through all 4 bars. It just keeps on going. And then every other bar, you're just adding the in-between notes on the other hand. Left hand, same thing. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and you just keep on going. And then single runs, single stroke rolls. You get the idea. So don't change what you're doing. Don't change the way you're moving your stick. Just keep it constant right the way through. And this should be there should be no difficulty. There should be no strain, no tension. You should be able to do this non-stop, forever. Right, it's not something that should make you tired or sore or stiff. If it is, you're doing something wrong. Okay, in E, we've got single stroke. Okay, the next 3 exercises are really geared towards practicing rudiments. And I would take these 3 exercises at the bottom of this page and make them part of your daily routine. So even if you leave the top part of the page, you just go through it once, understand it, know what's going on. It's all leading towards being able to master your rudiments. So these next 3, super important. Practice them as often as you can. And this is how they go. So the single strokes, let's say that's rudiment number 1. We've got 2 groups of, well, 2 beats of semiquavers, separated by a paradiddle, going onto a paradiddle in 8th notes. So go 1E and a 2E and a 1, or 1E and a 2E and a 3 diddle. So the paradiddle just gives you a change of hands. Then we're on the left hand, 1E and a 2E and a left diddle. And then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beats of those single strokes, end the line with another paradiddle, and then start the whole line again, this time on the left hand. So the paradiddle each time just is a neat way of shifting from the right to the left. Okay, so here is E single strokes rudiment practice. Right, after 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1E and a 2E and a paradiddle, 1E and a 2E and a paradiddle, 1E and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, 1E and a 2E and a paradiddle. Let's start. 1E and a 2E and a paradiddle, 1E and a 2E and a paradiddle, 1E and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, 1, 2, paradiddle, and you're right back where you started. So there's broadly speaking 2 ways to practice these rudiments. You can insert them into a fixed exercise like this, where you would be using a metronome, and then as I keep on saying, you master it at a nice comfortable tempo. You take it up, you master it, and so on until you've got it's like your maximum speed. The other way of doing it is just by taking that one rudiment, in which case is just 1E and a single strokes in groups of 4, and you could just progressively, now we're not going to use a metronome, so try play with me. We're just going to gradually accelerate. Good way of slowly teaching the body how to play it faster and faster. So single strokes, and 1, 2, 1E and a 2E and a 3, 4, 1, 2. I'm just going to slowly wind up the tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be a bit quicker. 2, 3, 4. Now my downstroke's going to become more on the rebound. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you'll be able to get up to a point, if you've been playing for a while, you'll be able to probably even go faster than that. But don't try to go fast for the sake of speed. You're not trying to impress anyone, and you might just end up practicing bad habits. Once again, there's that squeeze that can happen. When you feel like you want to go faster but you can't really do it, what the body wants to do is force it. So we get that squeeze, and we're going along nicely at a given tempo, and then we start getting faster, and that's just useless. All right. This is a long video. I need to move on. Double strokes is the next one. Same rhythm pattern, different rudiment. Here we're just going mama dada, paradiddle, mama dada, paradiddle, 2 and 3 and 4 and 3, 2 and paradiddle, left and right, left, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, paradiddle. And that's the mama dada injected into the same rhythm pattern. And you do the same thing there. Paradiddles, same thing again. This is how it goes. The paradiddles is now G, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Paradiddle, paradiddle, paradiddle. 1E and a 2E and a 3 and 4. Paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. Left hand, left a diddle, right a diddle, left a diddle, right a diddle, left a diddle, right a diddle, left, right, left, right, left, right, left a diddle, and you're back where you started. Okay, important, practice your rudiments every day.